Hey guys, this is Chidaro's Looms Blinged, and today's tutorial will be on the Don't Push the River bracelet. This bracelet was created by Suzanne HB and also known as Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram. This bracelet is created on the monster tail. This one here I've done in limited edition bands. You can also go on to Crazy Just Might Work's Instagram account to check out the original, and also subscribe to her channel as it is fabulous. She also has a YouTube channel on as Suzanne HB. So this is another variation that I've done. You can see that you can change up the colors and the bands. All bands that I have used in these two examples are Rainbow Loom products. Bands. These are the Royal Blue out of the 600 pack. I believe this is just merely regular opaque red, and the Mother of Pearl. And as I mentioned, these are the limited edition bands, all that can be found on rainbowloom.com. So today I'm going to use the limited edition bands, the hot pink, the centric black, and this is the white, which can be found in the yin yang pack. Okay, so now that you got your monster tail, your hook, your bands, and your C-clip, we can go ahead and get started. So we're going to take one color and we're going to place on the center peg to the back left peg. And there is no figure eight, no twisting involved. Take the same color from the center peg to the back right peg, like that. Now I'm going to take another color and I'm going to place that band from the center to the back center, like this. Once we have this completed, we're going to take another color and we're just simply going to place that band on that center peg. You might want to put your thumb on that band to keep it still, because our next step is to loop all of these bands over the top back to themselves. So we're going to take the top one back to the center, the next one in line goes to the back right, and the last one goes to the back left. You can let go of that center band as it is secured by these bands back here. So once we do that, we're going to take the same color band that we used here and we're going to place it across all three pegs in the back, like so. Now we can turn our monster tail around and we're simply going to take the bottom band on every peg and loop it over the top. So bottom band over, bottom band over, and bottom band over. Push this down. Now we're going to turn our monster tail back around, and I'm going to take the same color that I used for my center band, which was white, and we're going to create a cap band on the center front peg. So just twist your band where it creates a cap band or it is doubled. And we're going to stick our hook down inside that cap band, grab that bottom band, and pull it up and over to the peg in the center back, like that. Okay, so after we pulled that one up and over, then our next step is to start over as far as placing our bands to the diagonal pegs, which I used black for. So from the center front to the back left, center front to the back right, and then from the center to the back center I use another color. Okay, after we do that, and this will be the process from here on out, we're going to take this cap band that we have down here, so you have a band that's doubled, and bring that up and over. And be careful that these bands do not come off of your hook, but when you take it up and over, make sure that it is in the center inside here. Okay, so after we take that cap band up and over, then we're going to grab another band, the same color that you used before, that you just let hang on that center peg. We're going to hold it still with our thumb, and then we're going to loom back each of these bands back to themselves. So the front goes to the center, the next one back to the back right, last band to the back left, like so. After we do that, then we need to place that band across these 3 pegs in the back, which I used the hot pink. Now, if you're using a limited edition or a medieval, a sweet silk, they're a thicker band, so it's going to be pretty crowded back here. So you do want to make sure that your bands are in the correct order so they will be looped correctly. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 bands on the left peg. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bands on the center peg, and then 5, as we did on the left, on this right peg. Okay, we are going to take the bottom 3 bands, leaving 2 bands now on the top, and bring them up and over. And this will be the same for here on out. We're always going to be grabbing the bottom 3. Now on this one, you can do the same as we did before, which was just going in and grabbing 2 sets. So I'm just going to go in and grab, we're going to grab the bottom 4. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to grab these 2 first and bring them up and over, making sure that the 2 bands on top do not slide off, and then grab the bottom 2 and bring them up and over. So we essentially just grab the bottom 4 bands, and you still have the top 2 on your peg. And then we're going to go in and grab the bottom 3 and pull those ones up and over as we did on the left peg. Now you can push your bands down, and we are going to turn our loom around, our monster tail, and we're going to add that cap band again. So my cap band is always the color I used on my band going straight forward. So create a cap band or double your band, go down inside your cap band, grab that bottom one, and pull this one up and over to the center peg. Okay, so once we have that done, this is when we want to go ahead and place all of our bands on our side pegs and start the process over. So 1 band from center to left, center to right, and another band from center to center straight. Okay, once we have those 3 bands placed, we want to grab that cap band down here, bring that cap band up and over, place it in the center. Okay, so once we have that cap band placed, that's when we want to take this single band, place it on that center peg, hold it with your thumb, grab the top band up and over back to itself, and it's going to be pretty crowded back there. The next band in line, and then the last band back to itself. Okay, make sure you keep pushing those bands down in the back because they're getting pretty full. So we want to take the same color we used here and place that one across all 3 pegs back here. Turn your monster tail around so you can see it is pretty crowded. Just going to put my hook in here and make sure it's not gonna, the ones we already looped over aren't caught. Okay, so it's a big deal that you make sure that your bands are not crossed. Make sure they're still all in line. So again, we're going to take the bottom 3, which you can take in steps if you cannot get all 3 on your peg. Bottom 3 up and over. And this one here could be a little tricky because you have so many bands, but we want to take the bottom 4. So if you notice, you have, like in my case, I have a white band, 2 pink, 2 white, a pink. I want to go inside and grab the second white and then the pink. Okay, so when I grab those 2 bands, I have the top 2 left on my peg and bring those up and over. Now I have a gap and I want to bring these last two up and over. It's going to be pretty tight, so you want to make sure that these two bands don't fall off. Go ahead and push that down, and then like we did on the left peg, we're going to take the bottom 3 and pull those up and over like so. Push everything down. Okay, so we turn our monster tail around, and this is the time where we add our cap band. So we add that to the center peg, and then we reach inside that cap band and grab the bottom band, bring it forward. Okay, then we start over with adding our side bands, center to left, center to right, and then center front to center back. Okay, now the next step is to grab that cap band down here and bring that up and over like so, placing that in the middle. Push down. Now we want to take our next color and just place that band like so, hold it, and loom all of these back to themselves. Okay, once that is done, make sure your bands are pushed down in the back. I'm going to grab the same color I used, place that across all 3 pins back here. I'm going to turn our monster tail around and repeat the same process. Grab the bottom 3 bands and bring those up and over. And I'm going to grab the bottom 4, and I can't get all of them on my hook. Oh, that one I did. So I can take all 4 up and over, but that is such a challenge. I think it's better just to grab 2 at a time. And then we want to take the bottom 3 and bring them up and over as well. So you can see I'm using the limited edition, so I don't have room to pull. If you're using a different type of band that's has more elasticity, you might be able to pull your design down a little bit, but it is starting to shape. Okay, so we're doing it right. So back to the drawing board. We want to add our cap band. So we twist, go under, grab that bottom band, bring it back to itself, or to the back center peg. Okay, and we want to add our side bands. And the one going forward. And then we want to grab that cap band down here, bring it up and over in the center, push everything down. And then we want to grab our band that just sits on the center peg, hold that with our thumb, and then loom every band back to itself, like so. Okay, and once we've done that, make sure your back bands are pressed down, and then we're going to place that band that goes on the top of all 3 pegs back here. Turn your monster tail, grab the bottom 3, bring those up and over. And we want to grab the bottom 4, which is quite difficult with the LE band, so I'm just going to do 2 at a time. So you really got to pay attention and make sure that your bands are in order, so you can pull the right ones up and over. And then on this one, it's just the bottom 3 up and over. Here we got a little bit more that's coming through. Okay. Remember your cap band next. First is your cap band. Inside the cap band, and loom out that bottom band to the center back peg. Second, we add our side bands, and then our center band. Third, grab that cap band, bring that up on over to the center. Fourth, grabbing that single band and letting it hang on that center peg, and looming back the 3 bands to themselves. like so. Push down, 5, placing that band across the top and back 3 pegs, turning our monster tail, and 6, looming the bottom 3, and then looming the bottom 4 in the center, and then again the bottom 3 on the right. That's it. That's our steps, and that's what we're sticking to. Okay, so 1, the cap band, and then looming this band to the center. 2, placing our side bands, and this center band. Bringing 3, bringing this cap band up and over. 4, adding the single band and looming these back to themselves. 5, press down all of these bands on the back pegs. 5, place a band across all 3 pegs. 6, loom over the bottom 3, the bottom 4, and then the bottom 3. That's it. That's the pattern until the bracelet reaches the desired length of your wrist. Pretty cool. Pretty cool color combo. I like this one. So I'll do it a couple more times with you. If you have any problems at all, please feel free to rewind back. You can always rewind back and then pause, rewind, pause, fast forward. I do that all the time to make sure that you are getting it each step. But the good thing about growing bracelets is it is always a repeated pattern. So once you grab that pattern in your head, you can pretty much, you have an understanding on what to do for the rest of the bracelet. As I mentioned before, different types of rubber bands, whether they be Rainbow Loom or another brand, is really going to determine if you have a lot of room on your back pegs with all of these bands on it. Might be a lot simpler if you're using opaque or jelly. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. Step 1, cap band. Grab the bottom band and bring it up and over to the back peg. Step 2 is adding bands. Step 3 is looming over this bottom cap band. Step 4 is adding the single band to the center and looming every band under out to itself, like so. And step 5 is grabbing a band to go across all 3 pegs in the back. Turn your monster tail. Step 6 is grabbing the bottom 3, the bottom 4, as I mentioned before, I grab mine in steps. And then finally, on the left on the right back peg, we grab the bottom 3 and loop them over. Okay, I have confidence that you guys have this down, and this is what your bracelet should look like as far as the pattern. So go go ahead and loom yours out, and we will meet back up here to close it up. Okay, once you have your excuse me, bracelet to the desired length, we can go ahead and close it up. Okay, so I have mine at the first step where we took our cap band from the bottom and looped it over. I think that this is a good, possibly a good place to close up this bracelet. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to take this bottom band and we're going to loop that one up and over. So then in the middle, you're going to have that cap band and then another band, so you should have 3 in the middle there. Then I'm going to turn the loom or turn the monster tail around. I'm going to grab the bottom 2 up and over, the bottom 3 up and over, and then again the bottom 2, leaving 1 band on all pegs. Okay, so now I want to take this back peg and put it on the middle, the back right, and put that one on the middle. Should have turned it around. And then I want to loop up and over the bottom 2 bands, like that. Turn it back around. I want to loop over just the bottom band, and then take the remaining band, place it on the other peg with the band, like so, and then you can go ahead and place your C-clip. It may not be the most fancy way to close it up, but I know that it's secure, and voila. Here is your bracelet. I'm loving these colors. I think they're pretty darn cool. So, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial as much as I did. And Don't Push the River bracelet, created by Suzanne HB. So make sure you check her out below and give us a like here on this YouTube channel, as well as hashtagging your renditions on Instagram to hashtag Don't Push the River. Also Chidera_T and Crazy Just Might Work. So until next time, have a good new year, and we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.